Good morning, everybody. It's Ken here, and this is another episode of the No Money Real Estate Podcast.
Hey, my name's Ken, and I'm a real estate investor. I want to welcome you to the No Money Real Estate Podcast. On this show, I'm going to interview elite level real estate investors from all over North America, and I'm going to help you to see one thing that all successful real estate investors have in common. They build their portfolios without using a dime of their own money. I've got a portfolio of $300 million in real estate. That includes resorts, apartment buildings, commercial buildings, and I built the entire portfolio without using a dime of my own money. Real estate is a business that anybody can get into, but the strategies that those tight real estate investors use to build massive portfolios have been kept secret for decades. Now, because of this show, I'm going to reveal them to you. So let's get started.
It's the end of March, and I'm on the northern part of Vancouver Island in Canada in a place called Campbell's River. And I was invited by the owners of an amazing resort called Painter's Lodge. Let me flip this around and show you this. So this is the main building I'm going into right now. This is a beautiful property. If you've never been to Vancouver Island, you need to come and unwind here and make Painter's Lodge part of your stay. And check this out. So this is the northern part of Vancouver Island. So this is called the Discovery Strait. If I go straight down there, I'm first gonna hit Comox, then Nanaimo, then Victoria. So you can see where I am, and I'll get my videographer to slap a little image up of Vancouver Island so they can see it. You can see where we're at right here. And what I'm gonna do this morning is just go in, grab a cup of coffee. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning here. And we're gonna talk about resorts and hotels. And all right, we're just sitting here in their breakfast. Well, it's a pub actually, but they serve breakfast in here regularly. Thank you so much. Having a little coffee here this morning. Cheers. I gotta show you this. I'll show you a quick little tour around here. This is a gorgeous facility. Gorgeous property. Last night they had a little duet here singing East Coast music. It was wonderful. Look at the views as you sip on your morning coffee. It's just unbelievable. So we go over here. This is my view this morning. It's hard to see with the sun, but you get the point of it. It's just fascinating. So we're on day 3 of a 4-day trip. I came out here to British Columbia for several reasons: to meet up with my daughter who lives in British Columbia, but more importantly, to visit with a hospitality company that has resorts and hotels all over the province. And we started talking a couple months ago about where the hospitality industry is going and what kind of changes people that are operators in the industry, people that have hotels and resorts, should be making and what you should be thinking as you're going forward. And the vast majority of our conversation focused around the wellness industry. Because there's no doubt about it. It is the fastest growing vertical, the fastest growing segment in hospitality. Revenue being spent on wellness is outpacing all other verticals. Business travelers, short-term travelers, it's all wellness. That's what's dominating the space right now. And as everybody knows, I own a company called Canadian Hot Tubs, and we manufacture really beautiful high-end hot tubs, cold plunges, and saunas, predominantly made out of red cedar from British Columbia. And so the conversation quickly evolved to creating spas at these properties. And there's 2 properties that they had me stay at over the last couple of days. And the first one is called Rockwater Secret Cove Resort. I'll flash some pictures up on it on the screen here, so you can see that place. And then today here I'm at Painter's Lodge, and it's just unbelievable. And what's going to make this better is wellness. So if you think about the wellness industry just revolves around people taking control of their lives and doing things on a regular basis to create a better body, to create a better mind, to kind of get yourself into a place where you feel good waking up every morning and you feel that you're doing things that are going to prolong your life. And when we take a look at people in different parts of the world that have really excelled in this vein, have lived longer, have lived healthier, you need look no further than Norway, than Scandinavia, and you'll see there are things that they've been doing there in their lives forever that have put them into the class of the world's healthiest people. So it really all evolves around looking at the seals out playing around in the strait here. It's pretty amazing. It really evolves around hydrotherapy. Now, for those who've never heard of this before, hydrotherapy is a really simple process that involves putting your body into extremes to rejuvenate and rebuild healthy cells in your body. So hydrotherapy starts with getting into a hot tub, a hot environment, get right in up to your neck and stay in that water for at least 20 minutes. When you're doing that, obviously you're going to heat up every cell in your body. You're going to heat up your entire persona. Now, here's the key to this. Now, this is a very rudimentary explanation, and any physicians or doctors that listen to the explanation, you are going to be overwhelmed by the desire to clear this up and make this more clear than what I'm saying. So if you want to take over the comments and put a really good formal definition of what I'm about to explain in there, please do. But here's my layman's approach to explanation for hydrotherapy. Our body's made up of cells. We have trillions of cells in our bodies. And whenever anybody is subjected to disease or disorder, it starts at a cellular level. And that first cell gets that disease. Now, there are cells that are naturally screwed up because of hereditary aspects of it. So I shouldn't say screwed up, but different, imperfect. And there are genes that are in those cells and DNA that fuel those cells and design those cells. But the fact of the matter is this: we all have cells in our body. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist or a physicist or a doctor to understand that when you get sick, when you succumb to some type of disease or disorder, it's going to start at a cellular level. It's going to make some of your cells weaker than the stronger ones. The weaker ones get sick. The weaker ones get the thing. So when you jump into a hot tub and stay there for 30 minutes, it's going to put a significant amount of pressure. And we're talking, up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, the water. So it's going to put a significant amount of pressure on all of your cells, and it's going to really cause trouble to the weak ones. Now, here's where the magic of hydrotherapy happens. After about 20 minutes in the hot tub, jump right into the cold plunge, like within as fast as humanly possible. You got to do it before the cells in your body cool down. Because if you go from that extreme heat to the extreme cold, and we're talking in a cold plunge, we're talking 3 degrees Celsius, like that cold. Jump down into that cold plunge at 3 degrees Celsius and stay there for at least 2 minutes. Now, when you first get started doing this, you'll be lucky if you can do 30 seconds. The feeling that comes over your body is fascinating. But as you do it, every day you do this every day and just get better and better at it. And then after you're there for 2 minutes, then you go into a sauna, ideally, or you can go back into a hot tub and you recover, because that process is going to put extreme strain on your body. So you want to recover. So essentially, here's what's happening. You get into the hot tub, all your cells get heated up. Jump quickly into the cold plunge. The weakest cells are going to die. They can't take that heat to extreme cold. And then cells are born every second, every microsecond of every day. So when you go back into that sauna, new healthy cells recover. And so there's a lot of science, there's actual peer-reviewed studies about this that says if you do this every day, you're going to create a better state of wellness in your body. Well, it's getting so much so that people who do this regularly report anecdotally increases in overall wellness, decrease in inflammation-related issues like arthritic conditions and pain in joints and all these types of things. Now, you need to go to your doctor to get a formal explanation for why this is happening, or if it is happening, or if it's a placebo, as some people are trying to say. But I rely on science, and there are significant clinical studies, peer-reviewed studies, that say this is a thing. So the idea is put a beautiful spa at this resort, 4 hot tubs, a couple cold plunges, so every guest that comes can do this, 3 or 4 saunas, and set it up in a way that it becomes part of the amenities at the resort. That's what I'm here to help them figure out. And I got to tell you, it's been a really fun experience. We flew into Vancouver and then jumped on a ferry to go up to Secret Cove Lodge. Included in that ferry ride was an hour before the ferry, an hour and a half before the ferry. Then we went yesterday on one ferry to a place called Powell River. We waited there for a couple of hours, had some breakfast, and we got on another ferry and came over here to Vancouver Island into a place called Comox, and then drove 40 minutes to the hotel. Today we're going to drive down to Nanaimo, which is about an hour and a half drive. We're going to spend the day there, check out the city, and get a ferry back to Vancouver at 9 o'clock tonight. And I have to tell you, if you're trying to figure out your next vacation and you live in this amazing country, Canada, do yourself a favor. Get a plane ticket to Vancouver International Airport, rent a car, and do this. There is an amazing company. I will put their website in the chat. It's called Evergreen Hospitality. They have beautiful hotels and resorts all over the province. And you can do an amazing trip where you stay at their properties, get on and off the ferries, and really take your love for this country to a whole new level. It has been a godsend for me to come out here and spend a couple days where I'm at right now in the journey. And I want to make sure you guys understand that as well. Try it. You're going to love it. Check out their website, evergreenhospitalitygroup.com. Breakfast is coming soon. I was going to spend some time talking to you about hotels, but in my normal fashion, we ended up covering a whole different subject here, the wellness industry. Hey, listen, if you've been thinking about buying a hot tub or checking out hot tubs, I'll put a link to my hot tub company's website. It's called Canadian Hot Tubs. Check that out. Mention that you learned about Canadian Hot Tubs from this video, and I'll give you a 20% discount on anything you buy from that company. And I hope you enjoy your day. I'm going to have a little breakfast. I will do another show about hotels and everything I love about them, and we'll see you soon.